Hello, and welcome back to another LAWO special event. Did you know that public radio broadcasting in Germany just celebrated its 100th anniversary? The first radio program transmission in Germany was performed by electrical engineer, entrepreneur and thought leader Hans Bredow on December 22nd in 1920. Then, on October 29th, 1923, the first official German radio station started its regular broadcast on the 400-meter wave. Radio has been constantly evolving ever since. Oops, that was quite a trick. But that's not the only anniversary this year. LAWO is proud to have contributed to the evolution of broadcast audio for more than 50 years. And it was exactly 25 years ago that we launched the original Diamond, LAWO's first broadcast audio console dedicated to radio. And as you know, last year we reintroduced this glorious name for our most uncompromising on-air console. We considered this leading-edge iteration of Diamond a landmark because of its modular design, its powerful and versatile software-defined processing engine, the Power Core, and its virtual extension and touchscreen apps. It introduced new efficient workflows and, even more importantly, perfectly accommodates the blurring lines between on-air radio, visual radio, television, podcasting, and streaming productions, thanks to design and workflows built on LUX, the LAWO unified experience. Today's world is so much more than black and white or dark and light. Harmonizing technical platforms, user interfaces and workflows is an important factor in giving users the tools to create unique, engaging and great sounding content, which is really what it's all about. It depends on your perspective whether you're about to see the smallest MC² control surface ever or the most cost-effective entry in uncompromised live radio, podcast or streaming production. But whatever you see and hear, I'm sure it will shine like a diamond. So let's tune into my favorite broadcast tech show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of LAWO. Today we're talking about Crystal, the brand new audio mixer from LAWO for radio and TV. The LAWO project team have installed one here in my new studio, and it looks and feels just as good as the Diamond in my other space. With me to tell us all about it is Johan Bokvist, product evangelist for audio infrastructure at LAWO. Johan, tell us what's new.
Hi Henry, sure. You said that the new Crystal looks and feels like Diamond, and this is exactly the point. We wanted to take all the technology and experience we developed during the design of Diamond. It is the same tech platform as Diamond. The same components, buttons, rotary controls, motorized faders. And as you can see, it is the same hardware design, the same powerful workflow engine, UI, and all the user workflows. We took all that and we wrapped it into a more compact and cost-effective package, giving many more people access to LAWO's high-quality audio and workflow experience. It is an entry-level product that works great in small to mid-size on-air studios like this one, regional studios, news and commentary suites, podcast and recording booths.
There's also a very important feature that makes Crystal a great small control surface or backup surface for production studios, MCR control rooms or OB vehicles, for radio, TV or general audio applications, and we'll have more on that later. But first, here's Andreas and Christian to give us the highlights.
Together with the R&D and product design teams, we developed a new outstanding product for the professional broadcast industry. The new Crystal is a cost-effective on-air broadcast console for radio, TV and generic pro audio applications. Thanks to its compact footprint, the ultra-high density surface supports full operation even when space is limited.
There are two simple hardware options, up to 14 faders, with infinite software-defined workflow options. The main module provides 6 fader strips and controls for processing and monitoring, and the fader module provides 8 fader strips.
The frames can be either placed on a tabletop or countersunk for a more integrated finish. Of course, Crystal is IP native and follows LAWO's philosophy of using open broadcast and IT standards.
Best-in-class audio quality and signal processing using the LAWO Power Core, LAWO's software-defined high-density DSP mixing engine and modular I/O device. The audio core can be local or distributed with full redundancy. One power core can power up to 4 Crystal consoles.
What makes this product and console unique and sustainable is that the workflow principles and the physical design and components are all based on the same platform as the big brother and modular broadcast console Diamond. The UI design and workflow principles are based on LAWO's cross-product design system, LUX, the LAWO Unified Experience, making it easy to move between the wide range of tools in the LAWO portfolio. If you know how to operate a Diamond or an MC² console, it's a walk in the park to sit behind a Crystal. The same optional virtual extension module we use in Diamond offers an integrated all-in-one user experience. The out-of-the-box standard operational mode offers a plug-and-play configuration. But if you need more flexibility, you can completely customize the product, from single buttons to entire production workflows and UIs.
It looks great, right? Now, the Diamond I put in the other studio was completely configurable. I could build it up like Lego to the exact configuration I wanted. But Crystal's different. It focuses on simplicity and cost-effectiveness.
Exactly. And with modularity and customization comes greater complexity and cost. But with Crystal, we wanted to lower the entry point and offer a simple but powerful control surface. Crystal offers only 2 physical control modules, the main module and a fader module. The main module comes with 6 faders, each with an encoder and user buttons, monitor control, and access to DSP routing and all other essential operational controls. If you need more faders, you can simply add a fader module and you will have 14 faders at hand. That's it. It is pretty straightforward.
And straightforward is exactly what I wanted. I wanted the simplest option in my studio. I only have a few mics, some playout, a few codecs, so I chose just to use the main module. It's got enough faders and all the monitor controls I need. I wanted the flexibility to rearrange my workspace, so I chose a tabletop frame. But I could have chosen a countersunk frame if I wanted it to feel more integrated.
Right, and remember, you can add a fader panel at any time if your needs grow. Just buy a fader module and drop it on the desk next to your main module. Crystal is easy to expand. You can also attach a virtual extension module above your main module or a fader module. This would give you a high-resolution touch displays that you can use for show more information about each channel strip, detailed processing, and routing UIs, or any custom UI you can think of, all thanks to the power of this tool.
Sounds good. Now, again, I wanted the smallest, most cost-effective setup I could get, so I chose the basic DSP package. Can you tell our listeners what other options are available for Crystal?
Sure. So Crystal connects to a power core and can use all the same software-defined processing as Diamond, with all the same flexibility and ability for customization. And just to clarify, this means that Crystal and Diamond are comparable in terms of I/O capacity, audio quality, and DSP functions. This includes features like mix minus, intercom, and conference buzzing, and all the assistive mixing technologies like AutoMix and AutoGain. For a simple, smaller use case like this one, you can start with the PowerCore Compact license, which you actually have here. That accommodates up to 14 faders in a single mixer. And if your needs increase, you can upgrade to PowerCore Max, which allows you to run up to 4 independent mixers within a single core for even greater cost efficiency, and not to mention the space and power savings.
Now, Crystal is all about simplicity. So how have you made it easier to get started?
So we have created 2 simple product packages that contains everything you need to get going. The radio on-air package consists of a 6-fader surface, including a core, audio I/O, and the standard Crystal apps for a typical on-air radio application. And if you have more seats in the studio, the talk radio package gives you 14 faders and additional microphone inputs and headphone outputs. And you can start with any of these packages, and then you can customize it as far as you like.
Thanks, Johan. I think now is a good time to mention that Crystal, like the large diamond, has been designed using our portfolio-wide design system, LUX, the LAWO Unified Experience. This means the design of the human interface is consistent across both products. They share the same design language, the same high-quality physical components, and the same operational concepts and workflows. Even though it's a cost-effective mixer, you don't have to compromise in these important areas. If you can use a diamond, you can use a crystal.
And if you can use a crystal, you can use a diamond. And this is actually really useful, because user accounts and snapshots are compatible with both products. You can have smaller studios with crystals and larger studios with diamonds, and you can move the same snapshots between them all. This makes your facility more dynamic and at the same time reduces studio downtime.
Right. We need to take a quick break for a few words from our sponsors.
LAWO
Oh.
commercial.
Meet PowerCore, the beating heart of any radio on-air operation. This Uber node is high on features and low on power consumption and space requirements. Native AES 67 Ravenna IP networking on board, superb LAWO grade audio processing, modular I/O on the rear, and so powerful it can drive up to 4 independent mixing consoles. And PowerCore just got more powerful. Double the Ravenna ports, now with up to 512 audio channels and unicast streaming for wide area applications and increased interoperability. PowerCore, your software-defined audio core to go for.
Speaking of audio, MX GUI, the software behind MC² consoles, now also runs on Apple Silicon. MC² has landed on the stunning ARM-powered Mac family. Turn your Mac into a software control surface and enjoy the supersonic speed and embrace the magic of M. As an MX GUI and M-Power.
Want pristine audio quality in an ultra-high density format? The answer is LAWO A UHD Core, no question. Want to drive 32 independent audio mixers? The answer is one LAWO A UHD Core. Yes, you heard right. Only one A UHD Core. With pooling 4, pooling 8, pooling 16, and pooling 32 licenses, you can now treat your colleagues to their own slices of delicious AUHD core pie using just a single DSP engine. LAWO AUHD Core, now even more power and space efficient.
Before we move on, MX GUI running native on Apple Silicon is fantastic. It lets you control MC² mixers in even more scenarios and takes full advantage of these incredibly powerful machines, providing a huge performance boost. The extensions to AUHD core pooling dramatically increase the flexibility of the platform and open up completely new applications. Now, this single hardware device can be used to support anything from a single mixer with huge DSP requirements to 32 tiny but fully featured mixers, all with optional full redundancy. But why is the AUHD core even appearing in a show about Crystal? Well, everything we've discussed so far is available when the Crystal Surface is running in PowerCore mode. It connects to a PowerCore, which provides all the audio DSP, I/O and control logic. But there's another very special feature of the Crystal that we're really excited about. Here is Christian Struck, Senior Product Manager for Audio Infrastructure, to tell us more.
Hi, Henry. Before we get to that, you'll notice I'm in a much darker environment than you. I always switch my phone into dark mode when I'm here, so it's more comfortable to use in the dark environment. Well, now with Crystal, I have the option for a dark mode on my hardware too. Crystal is available in a bright and clean light version, just like Diamond. Perfect for those bright and clean environments. But if I'm working in a TV production room, they are often darker to give a focus to the video content. In this environment, we want to reduce bright, distracting objects and minimize reflections. The dark version of Crystal Surface is perfect. You can of course use this dark surface with a PowerCore in all the applications Johan mentioned. Great for dark radio rooms too. But the really exciting part comes when we enable controller mode. In controller mode, Crystal acts as a control surface for many other products. For example, Crystal is a perfect partner for MC² consoles. It fits perfectly in a small grams or submix position as a contributor to a main mixer. Combined with the flexible pooling capabilities of A-line UHD core, you can run up to 32 tiny mixers in a single A-line UHD core, each with their own Crystal surface, or with a single surface that you can assign to each headless mixer when you need to. And thanks to the dark version, it looks great next to an MC² surface. This all offers incredibly flexible solutions for small, assignable or software-controlled mixers. But because Crystal's controller mode is based on open sound control, you're not just limited to LAWO devices. Crystal can also control any product that supports OSC, such as DAWs or effect units. Very exciting. Back to you, Henry.
Thank you, Christian. I'm really excited about this new controller mode. This opens up loads of new use cases and solves a lot of problems in a very simple way. We're going to take another short break. Back soon.
LAWO.
Oh, commercial.
Annoyed by the gaps between your audio apps, your sound cards, and your audio hardware? Life doesn't have to be complicated. Get Relay Virtual Patch Bay and bridge the gaps. Full support of Ravenna, AES 67, and SMPTE 2110. And the best? Relay VBP now lives in-home as a native first-class home device. This adds features like device registration, stream management, I/O routing and channel mapping, health and license monitoring, INMOS ISO 4 and ISO 5 support, and compatibility with LAWO Home Global Snapshots. Get the new Relay Virtual Patch Bay and bridge the gap between your audio apps, sound cards, and audio hardware. Now. Audio in remote production doesn't have to be complicated. With LAWO's next generation PowerCore RP, all audio challenges are easily solved. Up to 64 LAWO-grade inputs and outputs, on-site processing for ultra-low latency monitoring and IFBs, WAN-enabled backhauling from the remote location to your audio control room, all controlled and mixed from your favorite MC² console. If that's not enough, consider on-site touchscreen control, 96 kHz, and the ability to connect AIOX audio extenders to increase the number of inputs and outputs to well over 1,000. The next generation of PowerCore RP, remote audio production made easy. Check it out.
So, Johan, do you want to sum up?
Sure. So Crystal is LAWO's newest and most cost-effective hardware mixer. It has this ultra-high density control surface that comes in light and dark options to suit any environment. It uses high-quality parts and components, and it shares consistent workflow principles and design with Diamond. It uses the same unified mixing engine, I/O device, and configuration software across all setups. Whether they are crystal, diamond, or a virtual interface, they can all share the same DSP and assistive mixing technologies. User rights and snapshot management can also be shared across all the studios. And of course, it's built on open broadcast and IT standards for a modern IP infrastructure, including wide area applications. Lastly, the controller mode allows it to act as a hardware controller alongside LAWO's MC² mixers, or any other product that support OSC, such as DAWs or processing units.
Thanks, Johan. The lines between radio, television, podcasting, and streaming are blurring more and more, and it's a huge advantage to have adaptable and dynamic tools that support what you want to do when you want to do it. The AUHD core can now scale from a single powerful mixer with huge DSP capabilities to 32 tiny but fully featured mixers, helping you to do much more with your hardware investment. We recently introduced Home Apps, software-based processing that you can easily deploy when and where you need it, on-premise or in the cloud, giving you truly dynamic infrastructure with beautiful simplicity of operation. Go and check out that video if you missed it. And now, with Crystal, we have the beginning of our vision for adaptable and dynamic human interfaces, capable of controlling a power core for on-air radio, MC² for TV production, or any other OSC-capable products, no matter what you're working on. So be sure to stay in touch and be the first to find out what's coming next. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you again soon.
LAW.
Oh.
I just love this show. There's always great new stuff to learn. This all-new Crystal is cost-effective, incredibly versatile, and still shines like a diamond. Thanks for joining, and see you again soon.